How's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about the new album from the band Tigersclaw, and the name of this album is Titan's Dawn. But y'all know, before I get into that nitty gritty, let's check out the cover. So boom, there it is. Take a look at that. I really like this cover. I think it looks really cool. Just with the art style, I don't know like that media very well, so I can't look at something and be like, oh, that was painted with these kind of brushes or whatever. But it almost looks like a watercolor type of thing, which I don't know, just the style of it. You just don't quite see that super often. So I think it definitely stands out. It's very unique looking. The way that they got the name of the album, Titan's Claw, up there. There's like some lightning going in the mountains and like this fallen statue. It looks like it just looks really cool. Definitely stands out. It would make a great just like painting up on the wall. So as far as the cover itself, aesthetically, oh, I love it. I love it. I think it looks really neat. Now, does it properly convey what to expect on the album? Like if you're looking at the record shop, you never heard of them before, you see this cover, you think it looks sick, so you buy it, you take it home. Um, I mean, the cover, it's kind of general. I feel like it could go many different ways based on the cover. So does it fully convey, what style, what kind of music is on the album? Not entirely, but I mean, it does fit. But this cover, like I said, is very kind of general. So it could go many different ways. I feel like depending on the person, they might think it's one thing, but it ends up being another. So, it's hard to say. Like, yes, it kind of has like a heavy metal kind of look. Yes, it could go like symphonic metal, but I also feel like it could be kind of like a death metal kind of thing, or even just like within the band named Tiger's Claw, and just it could maybe be like thrash. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I just feel like it could be multiple different genres. It doesn't quite just say, oh, this is the style here. So, it is what it is, but it's not misleading. It's just general. I feel like by looking at this cover, you can't exactly tell, like, what style of music is this? I'm not sure if this would be something I like or not, but the cover's sick, so, one of those things. But yeah, I love the cover itself, but yeah, kind of a general though as far as what the music is. Anywho, this bad boy's got 13 songs on there, comes in at about an hour, so it's a little on the long side as far as I'm concerned, but really cool stuff. Now, I'd never heard of this band before. This is the first time I've ever checked out any material from this band, and I was quite impressed. It's hard to say. Like it's predominantly kind of like a heavy metal with a little bit of symphonic metal influences in there from time to time, and a little bit of like power metal also. But I'd say predominantly though, it's kind of like a classic heavy metal kind of style, but in a very unique way. Because for one thing, you got female vocals in here that tend to be on the operatic side. Not always. She's got a great range, but I'll talk about that later. But so it's kind of a classic heavy metal sound, but a different take on it, and with some little bit of symphonic metal influences, and then some power metal vibes kind of thrown in also. So really cool. I was quite taken aback with that. Um, the guitar work here. Oh man, the guitar work here is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Some of the riffs are just so sick. So sick. You get some heavy guitar riffs at times. You get some speedy guitar riffs at times. The guitar work here, uh, awesome. Awesome. It can be very rhythmic and just intricate, but again, just the guitar is kind of on the music side what kind of directs the songs. That's really the heart of the songs, and controlling the direction and all of that. So, but yeah, just phenomenal. Phenomenal, kind of in the classic heavy metal vein as far as what to expect with the guitars and the rhythms and the riffs and stuff. But oh man, there's some sick stuff in there with the guitar. So fantastic guitar work in here. The drum work is also really, really well done. Um, uh, yeah, and like I said, there's a little bit of symphonic elements at times, like with the keyboard and whatnot. I reckon so. You get a little bit of that, not a whole lot. Like I said, majority of it is very guitar driven, but you get a little bit of the symphonic elements in there. But then the vocals though are just absolutely astonishing. She just has such an incredible range. There's times when she's got kind of in a like a more aggressive kind of delivery, more of like a traditional, I guess, sometimes like what you'd expect like a symphonic metal female vocalist to sound like. But then she also has like this really awesome like operatic range that she can hit as well. So you get all sorts of different um, range of vocals in there, and she just really is something else as far as that goes. Like I said, like her range, her delivery, her control, just really, really impressive stuff. I really, really was impressed. Now, as far as this album, I feel like is at its best when it kind of infuses the classic heavy metal kind of style with like her kind of operatic um, range with the vocals. That's when this thing is just like wow, really really cool, really really unique. Um, but it's also just really solid when it's not doing that as well. When it's just more kind of an aggressive. I mean, when I say aggressive vocals, I mean there's no harsh vocals or anything like that, but just more of a mid-range. Aggressive delivery kind of style, but like I said, she gets all over the place, and there's some really great operatic moments in there that are just awesome. Track one, Titans Dawn, I would say is a great song to check out to see if you want to hear the whole album or not. It's a good representation of kind of what the album holds, and it's just got such a sick guitar riff in this song. Like after the intro, it kind of does like a little bit of the verse and like the chorus, and then after that first like little bit, this riff kicks in. It's so sick, so sick. Track three, Paganini Variations, has a little bit of like a neoclassical vibe in there at times, and a lot happens during this song. It's just really, really cool. Again, like with the guitar and then with her vocals, it's a really, really dynamic song with a lot of really awesome stuff in there. Um, Wrath of the Gods is another really cool one. This one's got a lot of like operatic kind of style vocals. Oh, another thing with Paganini Variations is at the end of the song is so sick, so sick. Like the guitar's going, and then she's got the like just this operatic vocals, just kind of singing, and it just sounds so epic. I love it. Again, that's really when the album's at its best. At its, like there's times I was sitting there listening to this album, and it's got those moments in there where all of a sudden you're just uh, dude, this is so sick. It just has these really, really awesome moments interwoven within. Again, it's very solid in and of itself, but then it's got these moments where you're just like, wow, this is just absolutely awesome. Um, Kill or Die is another really cool song that I liked a lot. Track six, uh, really just in the melody and the way that she sings the song, because it's very kind of simple. Like in the chorus, it's pretty much just kill or die is what they're saying, but the way she sings it, I will say, it's very interesting. Some songs more so than others, but a lot of songs are kind of light on the lyrics where it's just kind of repeating like the same thing a lot, but it doesn't get old because sure they might be saying like a lot of the same stuff a lot, like I said, it's not like a whole lot of lyrics, but the way that the melody is and the way that she sings it is what gives it the nuance and what keeps it from feeling just repetitive, and it's just really cool the way that they do that. So I thought that was just really really neat. Arabia is another really cool one with a really awesome melody. And again, it's just, you get these really neat kind of at times like operatic melodies in with this like heavy metal kind of guitar play, and it creates something that's quite different, honestly, because I was going into this expecting more of like a traditional symphonic metal, but like I said, it's more of the like kind of a classic heavy metal with a little bit of symphonic metal influences. But with her vocals, it really creates something different, creates something that sounds like something you haven't quite really heard before. So it's really, really cool how they did that. Um, One thing I will say is, I don't know if it's because track 10, Elysium, is a really, really great melodic track, and it really sounds like the end of an album. It really is the kind of song that serves as a great end cap for an album. So the way that the album's arranged, and where you have Elysium, and then it goes into track 11, Fight, it kind of then just feels like it's dragging out a little bit. Like, I don't know if like Fight, track 11, and track 12, Till Kingdom Come, should have been maybe just in earlier in the album, or maybe just removed altogether, because track 13, Nightfall, also is just kind of a great. I feel like going from Elysium into Nightfall would have really just served to close out the album really well. And with Fight until Kingdom Come, kind of in between those two, it just I guess because of the way it's arranged, it just kind of feels like it is maybe getting a little redundant or just going on a little longer than it needs to. So I personally would have kind of taken those two just out of it, made the album a little bit shorter, a little bit more concise, and just rounded it out with Elysium and then into Nightfall, because Nightfall is a lot more melancholic, and um, it really is a nice kind of like Elysium kind of serves as a really good just like ending for like the album, but then Nightfall is almost like an epilogue. So I feel like that just would have been a great way to kind of end the album with still keeping everything feeling fresh, because Fight until Kingdom Come, like I said, they both kind of end up feeling a little redundant at that point in time, especially following Elysium. So that's my only thing, is just to make the album a little bit more concise there at the end. But still, with that being said, really is quite a unique album. I think there's something here for heavy metal fans, symphonic metal fans, power metal fans. I think there's a lot here to enjoy, and it really is a unique kind of thing that I was quite impressed with. And again, it's really at its best when you get these sick heavy metal riffs going, and with the operatic melody with her vocals. But her vocals are just nuts. Like, she's really got such control, and really can go all over the place. And it's really quite something, especially, she'll deliver certain lines and cover so many different, such a range of notes in just like one word. It's just really, really cool. But yeah, there's some grand moments. There's some more melancholic, more personal moments. There's some real driven, heavy moments. It's just really a cool album. It's a band that I hadn't really heard of before, and I was checking out this new album, but I want to go back and listen to some of their previous material now. I'm definitely gonna keep up with the band because I'm quite impressed. So I would say check out the song Titan's Dawn. I think it was released as a single. I would check out Titan's Dawn to see if this album's something for you. But yeah, I feel like that gives a good representation of the album as a whole. But I would say just give the album a shot because it's quite unique, and it's got some really cool moments in there. Very talented bunch of folks here, and yeah, I dug it. Quite neat. Now, let me know in the comments down below if you're familiar with this band, if you've listened to any of their previous material, or let me know what you've thought of this album, if you've listened to it already. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And I'll catch you all next time. Ranger, out.